What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Random Sunset, where we talk about random topics. Today, I will be addressing Arabian Mountain High School, which is in the great city of Stonecrest, Georgia. All right. So, for those of y'all that's viewing and that don't know about the city of Stonecrest, city of Stonecrest was founded in 2017 right here in the Southeast Corridor in DeKalb County. And it's basically the unincorporated part of what used to be Lithonia. It's now the largest city in DeKalb County, Stonecrest. And we have one of the best schools in DeKalb County, in the top 5 easy. And not just DeKalb County, but one of the best schools in the nation, Arabian Mountain. Give it up, Arabian Mountain Rams. So what I want to address today is I want to talk to Arabian Mountain students. I want to talk to Arabian Mountain staff, and I also want to talk to the parents of Arabian Mountain. For those of you, those parents of you that know that, you know what, Arabian Mountain is one of the better schools, and I want my child to have the best education and be college ready, you know, to get out here and to take on the world. Then you put them in the right place. Also to the staff, I would like to highly advise you guys, and you know, to keep doing what you're doing and also enforce the rules. If you have a dress code, keep the dress code. If you have to wear certain shoes, let them wear certain shoes and enforce the rules, because our students need structure. All right, they need order and they need structure. All right, without order and structure, it would be anarchy out here. So it's imperative to have rules in place and to have order for that reason alone. Now, with that being said, what got me on this topic today is what just happened, let's see, 2 weeks ago. All right, right at 2 weeks ago, is Arabian Mountain JV basketball team just won the championship. Just won the championship. So it's one thing to dominate academics, but to have the physical ability to get out here and to perform and to be able to play ball and still keep your reputation, that is. And so it's been a lot of crying and whining going on about that. And what I mean by that is a lot of schools here, especially in South DeKalb. In South DeKalb, I think the coaches are more so focused on a W. In other words, they want to win. They want to make themselves look good. I don't know if it's part of them keeping their job. I don't know. But what's been happening is there are rules in place to say, you know what? You are allowed to play your varsity players. Your varsity players are allowed to play on the JV team up to 5 games. After 5 games, they must sit out. You can't play varsity after 5 games on JV. Those are the rules. Arabian Mountain did not make the rules, all right? Those are the rules. Now, what happened this particular season, we know Southwest got caught with their pants down, as well as Lithonia. And if I recollect correctly, Columbia as well. So these guys been playing varsity players with their JV team. Now, that's wrong on so many levels. For one, as adults, as the coach, and staff, meaning you're shortchanging the players. You would think a coach's job is to develop the players, to be able to play as a collective and to bring out their skill set in developing the players. Second string, third string. If you allowing varsity to fill in and play JV and not exercise your second string or third string players and get these players ready, then you're shortchanging the students, all right? And it's just wrong on so many levels, because, again, it's a reason you have junior varsity and there's a reason you have varsity. Now, some will argue, okay, they all in high school. Varsity should be able to play with JV. JV should be able to play with varsity. Well, it's not like that. And again, I didn't make the rules. Arabian Mountain did not make the rules. The rules is this is varsity and this is JV. All right? So JV versus JV, fair game. Varsity versus varsity, that's fair game. But when you got varsity players going to JV and to play JV, it says a lot. Meaning the coaches obviously focus on a win and they focusing on the championship. I don't know if it's an incentive in it for them. I don't know how that go. But again, this is what got me addressing the issue is because, okay, the state or the officials had to go over what was going on down here in South DeKalb when it come to the basketball teams. And come to find out, Southwest was playing their varsity players. They had exceeded their limit. They obviously been playing those guys. Well, I know for sure, Lithonia been playing varsity players the whole entire season. To the point when they got caught, they players got disqualified. All right? And so they had to bring in their second or third string to play. And guess what? Those guys, they weren't developed. They wasn't ready. They wasn't ready. So this is how the children get the short end of the stick. All right? They get the short end of the stick because of the choices that the adults and the coaches are making. All right? As an adult and as a coach, it's in your best interest to develop the players. All right? Not focus on no damn W. If you pick the potential players and the right ones to bring out their skill set and to work as a collective, as a team, then that's fair game. So anyway, players from Lithonia High School, they got disqualified when they made it to the championship. They weren't prepared. Okay, Southwest didn't make it to the championship because prior to the championship game, they got caught with their pants down. And they had to do a redo. So they had to play Arabian Mountain again. Instead of them getting disqualified as a whole, they got to play against Arabian Mountain again. And when it was time for them to play against Arabian Mountain again, they didn't succeed at their attempt. They wasn't ready. Okay? So, again, that was on my mind heavy on how the coaches are basically, again, just sending the wrong message to our young students and to our kids on how things work and how things go. All right, you got rules in place and you got order and structure for a reason. All right. Again, if you don't have order and you don't have structure, you have anarchy. Big fish eat little fish. All right. Big fish eat little fish. You got to have some rules and you got to have order in play, and that's just life. All right. So that was one of my issues, and another issue I want to touch on, because it's really affecting our community and as a whole. And when I say our community, meaning the blacks, the African American, the Hebrew, the Moorish, Jamaican, Haitian, whichever ethnicity you go by. Meaning, when you have something great in the black community, it's okay to be proud. Right now, again, the city of Stonecrest, the great city of Stonecrest, is 98% African American. We have potential to be the next Black Wall Street. In other words, self-sufficient, group economics, economically independent. We have that potential right here, meaning out of all of the cities in the Atlanta metro area, the city of Stonecrest is predominantly the wealthiest minority city in all of Georgia. All right. Shout out to South Fulton. That's the black city. They're a newly city as well. Shout out to South Fulton. Shout out to communities and areas such as Cascade. All right. They have potential in Cascade. It's not a city. You know what I mean? Well, it's Cascade. Maybe don't hold me on that one. But you got Cascade. Not sure if it's a community or a city. And like I say, you got Castleberry. Here in in the heart of Atlanta, south of Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, Castleberry. You have Castleberry, they doing well, but when it comes to, again, I know for sure the cities in the Atlanta metro area, city of Stonecrest is number one, the wealthiest minority city in all of Georgia. All right, so I'm very proud of that, and to have Arabian Mountain High School to sit in Stonecrest, in the green space at that. All right. I live in Arabian Mountain, the National Heritage Area. All right. Of course you got Arabian Mountain, but this area is like consists of a green space. In other words, a lot of the trees and the greenery is not to be tampered with because we're in a green space, all right? 100+ acres, of green space. Nature trails, hiking trails, the mountain, lakes, and it's a beautiful thing. But again, like I say, proud to know that Arabian Mountain is doing well academically and have the physical ability to perform well in sports the way that they're doing. Because you got a lot of young people looking at Arabian Mountain. Oh, it's a prep school. They prestigious. They don't supposed to win no championship. So therefore they looked at as the underdogs. When if you living in the Atlanta metro area, this is the one city in school we should all be proud of to say, you know what, they represent us and they make us look good in the bright light. They make us look good as a whole. Okay, so my message is to you students and to the staff and to the parents of Arabian Mountain, keep supporting your child. You guys keep abiding by the rules and doing what you're supposed to do in that school so we can have some successful young people to come out because you guys are our future. All right, so when it comes to nursing and doctors and lawyers, you guys are up next. And it's nice to know that we have some young folks with potential to step up to the plate and ready and eager to step up to the plate. So again, if you guys signed up at Arabian Mountain High School to in that lottery so you can get in and you didn't get in, keep trying, all right? For those of you who did get in and didn't appreciate it and you talking bad, that's part of self-hatred, and that's part of self-hatred on so many levels. To get enrolled in the school and then to talk down on the school. It's one thing to say, you know what, I got into school, it was challenging, and I realized it wasn't for me. That's one thing. But it's another thing to talk down and, oh, they prep, they bougie, or they got to wear uniforms. That's all part of order and structure. I'm not saying every school should, but what I am saying is it's good to know that we have class around here because all black people don't represent the ghetto and the project and ratchetness and silliness and ignorance. All right? When you look at George Washington Carver, when you look at Sojourner Truth, when you look at Dr. King, we got some great prominent people that represent the black community. I mean, the list go on. It's too many to name, from the Marcus Garveys to the Frederick Douglass. It's, y'all know, it's too many to name, and it's Black History Month. And like I say, I think we should and need to get back of being proud and of us having something nice. Right now, if they came to Stonecrest and built a mall called Stonecrest Mall, and they got a lot of nice stores in there, who's gonna tear the mall down and make it ghetto and ratchet? Are Asian people leaving their community to come make our mall ghetto and ratchet? Are the whites leaving their communities to come to our area to make it ghetto and ratchet? What about the Middle Eastern people, the Pakistanians, the Saudis? Like, what ethnicity is coming to tear down our area? And the reason I'm saying this is because I want people to know, and many of us need to talk about it. A lot of times, majority of the times, we are our own worst enemy. I conducted a survey when I go to places like Chick-fil-A, which is black owned, by the way, places like Steak and Shake, places like the Juice Bar, places like Double Scoop Ice Cream, Bojangles. And by the way, all of those companies I named are black owned, right here found in the city of Stonecrest. Anyway, I've conducted a survey where I go around and I ask the students, say, hey, look, between MLK, Lithonia High School, Miller Grove, Arabian Mountain, which one is the better school of all four? They all seem to know to say Arabian Mountain. And some would say, oh, that's a prep school, they bougie, this, that, and the third. And some spoke negative, but the majority of the people seem to know that that's one of the better schools. And so with that being said, it says a lot. And what we have to do is get back to uplifting, all right, and promoting positivity and being proud of just that we got something nice. Oh, you know what? I stay next door to Stonecrest. I live in Lithonia, and Stonecrest got it going on. It's okay to be proud of Stonecrest. You don't have to live here to represent Stonecrest and be proud of it. You don't have to attend Arabian Mountain and say, you know what, they got it going on out there. I like what they're doing out there. They make us look good as a people. We have to get back to making that cool, not bashing. And this is such thing as healthy competition. In other words, Arabian Mountain doing well, but guess what? I go to Southwest DeKalb. Now, as a student of Southwest DeKalb, I'm gonna make our school look good, and I'm gonna start encouraging academics and sports and us dominating, so we can be just as great as Arabian Mountain. So now we can have two schools, and then another school jump on the bandwagon like a Cedar Grove or Lithonia and say, you know what? We want to be, we want to compete with the best. And we're gonna tighten up, and we're gonna tighten up our game and step our game up, and so we can do the same. And this is how you uplift. So I want many of the students, whoever's watching, like I say, all 20 viewers, however many viewers, to share and take the message the right way. It's not to bash any of the schools, all right? But it is to say, you know what, we got a great thing going on, and let's keep that going on. Let's keep the positivity. Let's be motivated by it. And like I say, if you at this Arabian Mountain High School, and for whatever reason you couldn't maintain your grades academically, and you had to leave, don't talk bad on the school because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. If you got enrolled in a school and the rules were to have uniforms, and you don't wear your uniforms, and you talking bad on the school, you tearing down our community. You tearing down us as a people. The picture's a lot bigger, but I know a lot of you young folks don't see past that. And the same thing go for you parents. And I want to say this to the staff. Enforce the rules. Once they get out in the real world, it's gonna be order, and you got to have structure. If you go and work at Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or Burger King, you're gonna wear their uniform. They require you to wear their uniform, and you're gonna wear it to get a check, aren't you? You're gonna play by their rules. You know, you can go in there and make a sandwich and fry some chicken. You're gonna play by their rules if you want to earn a check, or else they're gonna get rid of you. So the same thing should apply to this high school. Because a lot of people, why they gotta wear uniform? Why they gotta wear black shoes? You knew the rules before you enrolled. Those are the rules. All right? That's just how it go. It ain't no sense of crying about it. If you knew the rules before you signed up, and you knew like that don't work for me, then don't go, because you messing up the slot for somebody else who would appreciate it. You getting in the way. So all of this tied back into us being our own worst enemy. And somebody, a lot of us need to talk about it a lot more. Many of us need to talk about it. So like I say, man, again, we're in the great city of Stonecrest. I like where Arabian Mountain, I like the way the students are performing. By the way, they have a 100% graduation rate. All right. And again, if I didn't mention, they are in the top 5 schools in DeKalb County. All right. I personally think they're in the top 3. So go behind me. All right. Go behind me. And I say, however, as parents, we can help maintain that. However, as the staff at the school could help enforce and keep that going and keep the ball rolling. We see you. We like what you're doing. Like I say, I volunteer, do my community service, whether that's picking up trash outside the school, whether that's coming up there playing security, looking over the, many of the students know me as Stonecrest, so like I say, I'm proud of the Rams. Shout out to the Aries Rams. Shout out to the Ram truck. I drive a Ram truck. You know what I mean? I'm an Aries Ram. And then, like I say, it's proud to represent the school itself. And before I leave, I want to share this as well. Make sure. Get a long glimpse of this right here. All right. So basically, these corporations and organizations you see on my shirt, this one here is One United. That represents the largest African American bank in the United States. One United. So www.oneunited.com. That's the largest African American bank in the United States. All right. I bank with those guys. So far, so good. Convenient. I like it. It works for me. Also, we have the Black Achievement Fund. The Black Achievement Fund, www.baf.solutions. The Black Achievement Fund is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that basically represents and believes in economic independence. If we make up roughly 50 million blacks here in the United States, then we believe if we get 1/5 of the blacks to donate $9 a month, which would equate to 90 million a month and 1.08 billion a year, then we would have the capital necessary to fix our own situation. Not wait for the oppressor, not wait for the colonizer to give us anything, but take advantage of being in one of the most powerful nations in the world. Take advantage of being here and pulling our resources together and pulling up by the bootstrap. I mean, our ancestors done sung songs, we done beg, and it's kind of unrealistic to think that the oppressor would do anything to help us above them. It don't even make sense to me anymore that they would help us become stronger than them. You know, I've yet to witness the powerful surrender to the powerless, is what I'm saying. So the Black Achievement Fund is basically reinventing Marcus Garvey idea to say, you know what? We'll put our money in the pot. We'll use our resources and we'll get ourselves out of this situation. In other words, we'll build our own educational institutes so we can tell the story and not let somebody else create their own narrative, you know, about us and our people and our history. Also, fan base. Fan base is our black-owned social media. So if you're tired of crying about Instagram and how they treat you and TikTok, go to Fanbase app, all right? All of these are black-owned. So like I say, I'm a part of the Black Achievement Fund. I bank with One United. And also, like I say, big shout out to Fanbase. And I'm proud to say I'm from the city of Stonecrest. Big shout out and congratulations to Arabian Mountain Rams on your success academically and your physical ability to be able to ball and to bring the championship back home. You know, keep doing what you do. Be proud of your school. Stay in the school spirit. And like I say, represent it like it's yours. And always remember, to all you viewers, be proud of something great, especially if it's coming from your people. You know, be proud. You know, especially if it is great. You know, be proud of it, represent it like it's yours. You don't have to live in the city of Stonecrest to say, you know what, I'm cheering Stonecrest on. I hope they become the next Black Wall Street. I'm cheering Arabian Mountain on. I'm glad that they doggone preparing those young black future children for the world, because it's going to make it a better place, and we're going to have some classy people, not ratchet and ghetto, but classy people to represent us as a whole. All right, so uplift, and like I say, stay positive. That's my time. Stonecrest over and out.